Week 9 is here. It's time to get serious about making it to the playoffs or maybe even winning the whole damn thing. We've got trade for and trade away targets for you right now. 6 trade fors, 2 trade aways. Badaki, start us off with your first trade for this week.
Yeah, my first trade for target is Russell Wilson. No more pin, time to win. If you saw his IG, that's exactly what he posted.
I love that.
He got the pins out of his finger. That means he should be ready after this bye week, okay? And if you're in a position to get a quarterback right now in a 2-quarterback league, why not go get Russ, okay? The run game has been up and down. So in my personal opinion, they're going to be letting Russ cook after this bye week. Once he comes back, Tyler Lockett found his groove. DK Metcalf is still there. So look, after the bye week, okay, he does have a decent schedule. Washington football team, San Francisco 49ers, Chicago, Houston, and Detroit, all teams that give a lot of points to the quarterback position. So no, why not go get Russell Wilson right now?
I love it. I actually made this trade 2 weeks ago, so I'm all aboard in a 2-quarterback league. All right, my first trade for is Kadarius Toney.
Ooh,
opportunity is king, but when you mix that with untouchable talent, you have yourself a superstar.
Yeah, love it.
This New York Giants team, I can't believe I'm doing a Giant. You're a Giants fan. I'm a Washington fan, but here I am doing a Giant. Look, this Giants team is plagued by injury. Sterling Shepard just got back from injury. Then he left the game and didn't return with an injury. Kenny Golladay, Darius Slayton, Saquon Barkley. This whole team is dealing with injuries. Kadarius Toney right now seems to be the healthiest. He's also going to be the focal point of this offense going forward.
Absolutely.
There's no one on this team that can do what Kadarius Toney can do. Don't believe me? Go look at his highlights versus the Saints, who are a top 5 defense right now in the league. This is a perfect time to buy low. He's coming off a down game versus the Chiefs. He only got 5 targets, didn't get a ton of work. Oddly enough, the Chiefs actually played good defense. And his rest of season schedule is amazing. Second best rest of season schedule for a fantasy wide receiver. Las Vegas this week, then there's a bye, so that's more ammunition for you to try and convince someone to trade him away.
Absolutely.
Sell them on the low game, and then you can get him in return for pretty cheap. I prefer Toney over Devonta Smith, Marvin Jones, Tyler Boyd, and Julio Jones. So go out, get Toney after the bye week. I really think from that time period onwards, he could be a top 20 wide receiver every week.
Let's actually stay with my beautiful New York football Giants, and my next trade for target is Saquon Barkley. Okay. And I know this could be a risk. If you are in a position in a playoff push right now to kind of take this chance, I get it. He's probably injury prone. You probably think he's injury prone, but I think he got used to that ACL. And once he comes back from that ankle injury, I think he's going to be full steam ahead. Okay, just like Zach was saying, it's a good schedule, even for the running back position. 6 out of the 8 games he's playing, all teams give up a lot of points to the running back. Once again, Philly, Miami, the Chargers, Dallas, Philly again, Chicago, and Washington. If you have the opportunity to get Saquon Barkley, go get it now. If you saw Monday night game with Devonta Booker, they're utilizing the pass game a lot, the screen game a lot. That would have been Saquon Barkley. Okay, take the opportunity now to go get him on the low.
I love it. All right, I had a trade for last week that was David Montgomery.
Okay.
And this week, my next trade for is David Montgomery. Again, back-to-back No, for real, David Montgomery, another trade for. The reason I'm bringing him up again is because I think this is a league-winning move if you go trade for David Montgomery right now. Injured 4 weeks ago, likely back after their week 10 bye.
Right.
Who had a similar injury last year? Nick Chubb. He came back, he dominated. So there's an example of someone coming back from this injury and being able to be very fantasy relevant. People were super high on Khalil Herbert. Last week I said still trade for David Montgomery. Herbert could have a down game. Guess what? He had a down game. So hopefully you made this trade before last week happened, but still the Monty owner could still be on shaky ground with their confidence. Rest of season schedule is amazing for David Montgomery, one of the best for all running backs. Baltimore, Detroit, Arizona, Green Bay, and then in the playoffs, Minnesota, Seattle, Giants, Vikings. Probably the best rest of season schedule for running back. And let's not forget what Monty did last year, the last third of the year, with an amazing schedule. He was a top 3 running back. This is a league-winning move. Make it now.
Yeah, do it now. Get Monty. He's going to come back strong. My last trade for target is George Kittle. Okay, if you're in a position to get a top 10 or top tight end in general, go get George Kittle right now. I understand he's going to be coming back to practice this week, coming off of IR. He's going to have the opportunity to get back onto this field. Another plus is that he already had his bye week. Okay.
Yeah.
So
massive.
Why not go get him a guy that you don't have to worry about the bye week? You can set and forget it week in and week out if he stays healthy. And the 49ers need help. They lost to the Bears. really bad. Justin Fields, threw all over them and ran all over them. They need
Well,
help.
they actually won that game, but it was very close. The offense needs help for sure.
Right. Sorry, yeah. They did win that game.
That was close, yeah.
It was close. But, yes, go get George Kittle because they still need help. That division is really hard. The Seattle Seahawks, the Rams, all this a really talented division. So go get George Kittle right now. They're going to be utilizing him in the middle of the field as well. He will find the end zone.
Goodbye, Low. I like it. All right, my last trade for is Emmanuel Sanders. Before last week, I was hyping up Emmanuel Sanders to everyone on our podcast and trying to put respect on his name.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about what I said before last week. Before last week, let's talk about that. Emmanuel Sanders before last week only had 50 fewer yards than Diggs, and he had double the amount of touchdowns. Diggs was a wide receiver 24, and Sanders was a wide receiver 28 in PPR leagues. Now let's talk about what happened last week. An absolute egg.
Goosey.
0 points. It sucks if you started him, but if you don't have him on your team, this presents a perfect buy low opportunity.
Right.
It was such a strange game versus Miami. Like Miami's defense actually looked good. The Bills couldn't get anything going. Yeah. And I believe in what Josh Allen, what we've seen from Josh Allen and Sanders connection. I believe that we will continue to see that in the future. His next 3 games, Jacksonville, the Jets, and Indianapolis. So if you're looking for a starting wide receiver 2, this is a guy I'm confidently still starting every week. We're going to give you 2 tradeaways now. I'll start first. Bobby Trees, Robert Woods. Look,
Roberto.
you don't have to make this trade. I just think there could be better options. I'm happy with Robert Woods, but I think you could maybe cash in on a higher upside play. Great game last week. Perfect time to sell high. Only 6 touches. He got 2 touchdowns. That's an outlier. Can you do it again? Of course, but it's probably an outlier. Big game. Now's the time to sell high. 2 main reasons I would prefer to sell him high. His rest of season schedule, 4th most difficult amongst wide receivers.
Okay.
And I see more 10-point games than these 20-point games coming up. And I don't think he's a priority in this offense. Cooper Kupp and Darrell Henderson, in my opinion, are the only guaranteed priority touches in this offense. Woods just kind of gets whatever's left over. And unfortunately, it's not led to a very consistent, floor for him this year. I think there's better options. I'm happy to keep him, but I would prefer to have guys like Adam Thielen, Michael Pittman, Hollywood Brown, Deontay Johnson, and DJ Moore. All these guys are more important to their team's success, and I think they have a more guaranteed workload. So I would be looking to trade Robbie away if I can get better options like that.
My trade away target is Terry McLaurin. And look, this may sound crazy, but I'm actually thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the playoffs. If you're a team 7-1, 6-2, whatever the case may be, I'm looking at every single one of my players and seeing, okay, what's their playoff schedule? And Terry's, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't want Terry during the playoffs. I want someone that I can rely on. Okay, it's not necessarily who they're playing, it's who he's actually going against in the DBs. He's going against Trayvon Diggs, who's been really hot, and Darius Slay twice, okay? Against
Darius Slayton's on the Giants, but Darius Slay
twice, okay? And he's locked down some big wide receivers, okay? Calvin Ridley, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Mike Evans. He's all locked them down for 2 catches or less. And I know Terry, the argument is, well, he's been getting the targets, there's no one else on this team. They're going to continue to feed the ball to him, and you're probably right. He probably will get the ball. They will force feed him. But I want to be comfortable when I start my lineup during the playoffs. I don't want to start Terry and be like, oh, you know what? Like, well, hopefully he does better. Hopefully they don't lock him down. I need absolute guaranteed points during the playoffs. So I would be trading away Terry McLaurin in this scenario.
Yeah. We talked about this on the podcast. I am leaning towards keeping him, just like you said, because of the targets. I think it's going to be hard to find a player with a higher target share. But
I definitely agree.
I understand that perspective. Those are our trade fours and tradeaways. Let us know in the comment if you agree with them, if you're making any of these trades.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.